Hey there everybody, this package just arrived. This came straight from Temu, from the warehouse in the United States, so it only took a couple days to arrive. Let's get it open and see what's in there. Nothing in the box, nothing in the blade. Hey, check it out. You get like a kind of like a Tek-Lok on it. Comes in a desert sand colored Kydex sheath. It has all of these lashing points on it. It also has a weep hole to let water drain out. And then you get kind of like a knockoff Tek-Lok here. See, yep. Pretty nice one too. Really solid feeling. But there is the knife. Get right to it. Okay, they got it all wrapped up here. Looks like they got a little lanyard on there for a person. That's nice. There it is. Where have you seen something like this before? It just says HF-024, and the steel is supposedly 14C 28N. If I can get that to come into focus, which is a really high-end stainless steel. Like, definitely high quality. Look at that. Now, I don't know, I mean, that's what it's listed as. Is that the actual case? I'm not sure, but, you know. It's got some oil on the blade, as you can see there. The lamp is very yellow. I'm going to shut that off in a second, but it's that, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's like Huang Fu or Huang Fu. Okay, I got a little bit better lighting going on there now. It's a little more true to life. You can see it's just a nice satin blade. I wiped a little bit of that oil off the blade. Good. Yep. So basically, this is a knockoff of an A1X from Fallkniven. This is the Huang Fu version of it from China. So yeah, I love Fallkniven. It's like I can't get enough of them. So I'm just like, as soon as I saw this, I was like, I gotta give this a try, because it has the A1X, I believe it is, those type of scales that are removable. Then they're got really nice texturing on them. They're kind of rubberized. They feel kind of like the rubber from a car tire or something along those lines. And a little bit of a Coke bottle swell there. They did a great job on this knife. It's real stout all the way up to the tip, just like the Fallkniven. And the knife itself is the finger guard there, which is pretty sharp. And then you got an exposed, get it whatever focus, you got an exposed pommel, and then they throw on like a little lanyard. But this is a normal, good sized knife, you know. Sometimes you have these on if you can't get that last finger on, but geez, this is a nice, good sized handle on this. I probably will pick up another one of these just because I'm really surprised at just seeing it here, how good the quality seems to be. There are some differences, and we'll cover those in a minute, compared to the original, you know, like the actual Fallknivens. But still, you know, it looks pretty good. But I think first off, before we get to all that, let's get some measurements, and we'll just start there. All right. That's lined up there. That's looking like it's almost 1.25 inches back here to the pommel. I'd say, or 11.25, but I'd say it's about 11 1/8. Although if you pulled this forward a bit, get that right to that tip. Yeah, I mean, that's about 11.25 to the very back of that pommel. So it's pretty nice. And you got the cutting edge goes to about 5 7/8. It's almost 6 inches. If you take it clear back to like the very edge there, it is, but there's a little sharpening choil right there. So there's that, but the handle itself, where you grip it, is almost 4.5, because you can grip clear back to here. Okay, let's see here. The width of the blade at the widest point is 1.25 inches. It's a good 1.25 inches. And then the thickness of this steel stock is right there. It's exactly 1/4 inch. And there's no traction coating or anything like that on here, so it's a solid 1/4 inch steel stock. Whereas the Fallkniven is a little bigger, a little thicker at like 5/16, but still, it's not too different. And the Fallkniven they're known for their big convex grinds, whereas this one comes with a true saber. It's not a hollow grind. It's a low saber with like a drop point. And that is actually a true saber. And then it has the little secondary like V edge on it. A lot of people like those little V edges. Now me, I don't mind them, but I prefer the convex edge on the actual Fallknivens. And I knew that going in. I saw the pictures and stuff, but I was just like, you know, for the price, I'm not gonna, if this was under 30 bucks, you know. And wow, the first thing I noticed was the weight. Like, we'll get to that pretty quick here, but let me try these calipers out. Okay, we zeroed in on inches there. Looks like we are. Yeah, exactly. Just like the tape measure showed, exactly 0.25, 1/4 inch on the dot. And what is that in millimeters? Hit the wrong button. Zero that out. Okay, there's the millimeters. Come on, zero it out. Ready? Back on inches, geez. There we go, millimeters. 6.4 millimeters is what it's showing. All right, the sheath by itself is 3.6 ounces, so that's pretty light. Now the knife has some weight to it. The sheath and the knife together is 1 pound, 1.4 ounces. So the knife all by itself is 13.8 ounces. Got some weight. And in grams, the sheath by itself is 102 grams. The sheath with the knife, 492 grams. And the knife all by itself, 390 grams. Okay, did this knife arrive sharp? Here's a sheet of printer paper, and here is the knife. All I did was wipe the oil off with a little bit of Windex and a napkin. Let's see, is this in focus? Did it arrive pretty sharp? Because it is very stout, so we'll soon find out. I mean, not too bad. Oh yeah, that V edge is very sharp. It's not even really toothy. Well, that was a little rough, but that's because it's like pushing a pry bar through the paper. It's freaking stout. All right, here it is beside the cold steel SRK compact. Got some oil on the blade there. But a lot of people have this blade, so, you know, give you an idea of the size comparison. And thickness wise. Okay, and because this is from China and it is a budget option, I thought I'd compare it to the Marbles Modern Ideal all-purpose knife. You see, they're very similar as far as the length goes. Just different style blades there. And definitely there's a difference in the thickness. This Marbles, I think, was like under 25 bucks. And this one was about 28, I think. So real cheap shipping too. Is like $2 or $3 shipping. The Marbles, you get a nylon built sheath. Whereas you get a pretty nice Kydex sheath here in kind of like desert sand. And you get a pretty decent Tek-Lok belt clip on it. And here it is beside a Mora Garberg in black carbon steel. It's got that DLC coating on it. But a lot of people have a Garberg or a similar sized Mora, so let you get a size comparison there. And obviously the Garberg is much thinner. Okay, this is more what they should be compared to. Here is a Fallkniven A1 in laminated VG tin steel. And this is the type of sheath you get with it. I'm starting to lose light here. So you can see it's a little bit higher saber grind on a true Fallkniven with a little bit more belly. And then this is like a huge convex edge down from that saber line. And this here, it looks like the original one like might be thinner than than this one from China. Like the steel stock, like just a hair under a quarter on this one, and this is a quarter on the dot. See if that's doing it justice at all in the camera. Pretty similar though. Okay, and then here's my A1X, and this is A1XB because it's in the black DLC coating, and it has the exact same handle. It has the locking sheath too. It doesn't say B on it, but because it just comes with the A1X sheath. But this is the black one with the DLC coating. And I don't know if that's showing or not. A1X Fallkniven. Jesus, this camera is just garbage. This is the laminated cobalt steel, and it also has the little bit higher saber grind, not too high though. It's got that big convex edge, which they're known for, and as you can see, the handle is freaking pretty much spot on to this one. And that's why when I saw this, I was like, oops, I was like, I gotta get it, because look at that. And this one's real thick. It's over 1/4 of an inch. It's actually like 5/16. And try to get this to focus. All right, is that better? Just slightly thicker than the one from China here. But wow, the similarities are just so spot on. The guard and everything. I was like, I gotta pick this up. Like I said, I'm liking what I'm seeing for the money. I think you'd be a sucker or a fool maybe not to get another one. And then last but not least, in case you're a pocket knife guy, I have the Spyderco, and this is in Magna Cut. This is the paramilitary 2 light version, I believe. You know, just to get, you know, if you're more familiar with this, you'll get an idea the size difference there. Okay, we'll put it in and out of the sheath really quick. Locks in there pretty good. That ain't going nowhere, and it's silent other than this hitting the tabletop there. Nice and silent. Really good retention. Yeah, not bad. Got a weep hole down there. Got a freaking Tek-Lok. Now, I'm not a big fan of these. They work, but what I don't care for is that, look how high the knife rides up above it. So if your belt's clear down here, this thing's gonna poke you in the ribs. So maybe if you turned it, you could do some kind of scout carry, which is possible. And that's what I'll probably do, but yeah, good looking sheath. Really good knife. And if this really is the steel, 14C 28N, that's a pretty high-end stainless steel used in like high-end kitchen knives, and you know, I cannot complain about that at all. Nowadays, with so much going on with like people basically lying about what steel they use, you know, I mean, that even happened with Bark River recently, the whole Mike Stewart debacle that's been going on. So it isn't just happening in China, but you know, just first impressions from what I'm seeing, I think you get a heck of a lot of knife for 28 bucks. Even if this was, you know, like 440C stainless, it's still probably worth the money, you know. Feels really comfortable in the hand. Now this screw is standing up a hair, and I haven't tried to tighten it down. This one's flush, so I think this one just needs tightened down. I'm pretty sure that's all that's going on with it. But it's not like it's up so far it's like causing me any issues, you know. I can't even feel it. But you also got a little swell in the belly there, just like the real Fallkniven. So, and they don't put Fallkniven on here. They don't use the same steel. They got a different grind on the blade edge. So, and they even have a completely different, unique sheath. So, you know, I don't feel too bad about purchasing this, because even though it's somewhat a clone, it's got enough differences that it's its own thing. So I don't think you have to feel like too bad about picking one of these up from China. I really recommend you pick up a Fallkniven, but they're pretty expensive. So if you can't get a Fallkniven, I mean, this is pretty close, you know. I would hazard to say that it would be worth getting. And it's not razor sharp on the spine, but I do think it would strike a ferro rod. And if not, you could take a file to even just a part of it, you know? You don't need the entire spine sharpened up. Just a small area would be fine. You could also probably use this pommel and like strike the ferro rod like that, you know? But yeah, I think it's a pretty decent knife for the money. I actually was kind of cringing because it was a budget knife, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to get it, but I was like, well, I love Fallkniven, and in the pictures it looks pretty similar, you know? So I ended up picking it up, and wow, I'm pleasantly surprised. And it may be all your life you wanted a Fallkniven and just couldn't get the money together for one of those. I would get this. It's about as close as you're going to get. But I hope you enjoyed this unboxing review.
This is Joe Doomsday, signing out.